You guys, I'm so nervous. I can't.
What up? It's your boy Mac here at the Entrepreneur Podcast, bringing you another story from another entrepreneur from Utah. I'm here with Kaitlyn Reese from Emeroo. Thanks for being on the show. I know you're a little nervous, but we're glad you're here, okay?
You guys.
So Emeroo, we have a photo right here. This is your logo?
Yes.
Cool.
My husband actually came up with the logo.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be something that was more playful. And because the name came from my little girl. So her name's Emery.
Okay.
And we just decided to call it Emeroo. I don't know where the roo came from, but it's kind of more of a baby name.
Okay. So your daughter's name is Emery.
Yeah.
And that's how you came up with the name.
Yes.
Cool. I was wondering about that because it is kind of a unique name.
I know.
But it's a
kind
cool
of
name.
is like odd, but I feel like it fits.
So tell us a little bit about Emeroo. What is it exactly?
Emeroo, I guess I make baby bows. And I started it when Emery was, I think, like 6 months. And I started it because at the time there weren't a ton of baby bows. Now the market's super saturated.
Yeah.
But I made a little tiny bow. I don't like big bows, so I made a tiny bow by myself and I tied it in a knot and I put it on her head. And people started to notice it and they were like, that bow's really cute. So I started to make them for her and then I decided that I was going to make my own Etsy shop. So
Cool.
that's where I started.
So you make them all. How do you make them? Just with a sewing machine?
Yes. So I learned to sew from my mom because she's a seamstress. So that's how my husband bought me a sewing machine, I think our first year of marriage. And I didn't use it until, our 5th year of marriage.
That's okay.
And so I busted it
Good
out one
present.
night. My husband went on a 4-day business trip. And by the time he came home, I had made bows in like 20 different colors. And I said, I'm going to open an Etsy shop.
Awesome.
And so I just started getting all of my colors, all of my designs. I think I started with 3 different styles and like 20 colors. And then from there, I think I have like 8 different styles. And I don't even know how many colors. I just offer a lot of options.
Cool. So what were you doing before? Like, what led you to like say I'm going to make bows? Like, so you had a kid, Emery,
Yes.
and were you working? Were you stay-at-home mom? What were you doing before then?
I did design work. So I
Okay.
graduated in interior design. I did product design at a company before I had Emery, and I was still doing that when I started to make bows. But mostly I enjoy sewing, and I had helped my mom over the years, and so I think that's why I started to sew.
It's just a natural fit.
Yes. Well, and then bows are expensive to buy and so I decided that I just wanted to make my own, especially because I wanted certain colors that I didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one bow that I got was like $12 and I bought it and I like took it apart and I looked at it, but I didn't want to copy her. So then I made up my own and then I made a mini version of what they did and then I made a regular version of what I had. And that's the 3 styles I started with.
Cool. I think that's important for people to realize is that you kind of take what people are doing and then add your own twist to it to kind of start what you want to start. That's kind of what me and Spencer have been doing. There's podcasts out there where people interview entrepreneurs, and we're just trying to add our own twist and spin to it. So that's really cool. They started that way. So why Etsy?
Because, my husband wished I would just do a website. But
Okay.
I think the important thing about Etsy is it already gets like your feed. Like if people type in baby bow, I can put in like certain trigger words into my listing. So like they do baby bow or if they do blue bow or red bow, it can go to my listing.
Okay.
And so from there, since no one knew who I was or what I was doing, I decided to start on Etsy because I'd have some sort of traffic.
Right.
And if
it's
I
kinda
just
like
did a website, I feel like it'd be a little bit harder, and I'm not good at marketing.
Oh, yeah.
So
So it's kind of, does SEO search engine optimization for you built in.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you can do like ads. And I haven't done ads, but you can do that through Etsy, which I think eventually what people do is they start at Etsy and then make their own website, but I just don't feel like I'm there yet.
Okay.
And I kind of like what they offer, so.
Cool. What do you attribute? So we went onto your Etsy site, and looks good. Looks really good. You have like almost 1,000 reviews, and you have 5 stars. What do you attribute that to?
Me being a perfectionist, I don't know. Grateful for all of those positive reviews.
Thank you, guys.
There was one time that I got a 4-star review, and I wrote her immediately, and I think I don't even remember what it was over, but I think it was something so simple, and I asked her how we could fix it, and she ended up updating her review and giving me 5 stars, and I think I sent her an extra bow for free.
Really?
And so since then, I've been at 5, thankfully. I get nervous for the day that, I don't know, someone doesn't like it, I guess. I don't know.
We were impressed. We were talking about that on the way over. You have literally 1,000 views, and you have 5 stars. That's pretty impressive. So cool. What are some do's and don'ts of Etsy? Because you've been on there for 2 years now. What are some things that you would recommend people do? What are some things you would recommend that they shouldn't do?
Well, with Etsy, they actually just updated the way they do like their marketplace. They've changed it a lot, so I feel like it's gotten a lot better than it used to be, like the way they organize their like tabs or whatever. So I feel like that makes it easier for people to start an Etsy shop. I've just talked to my friend who was trying to open an Etsy shop, and she's like, I don't even know where to start. And I was like, I felt the exact same way, but now I feel like it's a little bit easier. But with Etsy, I feel like you need good photography, and that's always like hard. It's hard to like edit it and get it to look the exact way you want it. And I also think the one thing with Etsy that is hard is the way they do their like coupons. So like say I run a sale, you can't do a percentage off and free shipping. You can't do it. Like you can't enter 2 coupons. So like say I have a friend who's like, hey, I want to order a bow, but I want to give her a discount, but I want her to have free shipping. I couldn't do that. So she would like have to buy it and I have to refund the shipping. So I feel like that's like an annoying thing to worry about.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's any like do's and don'ts besides like really horrible photography or your descriptions aren't what they actually are. I've had bad experiences through Etsy, through sellers, so I think you have to read the reviews. And from there, I think you can tell whether or not it's good.
Oh, you mean from you buying on Etsy?
Yeah, so
Okay.
like, for example, if people read my reviews, they're going to know, like, because it will show you, like, this person bought this bow. That's what is the review on it. And then they can tell from there that, oh, that bow got a good review. I can order it and see what I think.
Cool.
So I feel like that's kind of nice to have. You can see the exact product.
So if somebody were to start an Etsy shop, what would you recommend is like the essential thing they need to do? Besides
Good photography.
Okay, photography.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's the most important because when people look at your product, they're going to either like it or not, but I think that's based on all how you present it.
I can't remember your photos. They don't have any people in them, or
No.
do they? Okay.
So
Is
I
that
started
typical?
out to begin with. This is the other thing is it took me forever to get my Etsy shop up because I thought like everything needed to be perfect. I guess that's another thing don't do. Don't think that everything has to be perfect in order to start your shop. Just start it and learn along the way.
Okay.
But in the beginning, I did have pictures where there were kids wearing them, but I felt like it just kind of took away. I need to add it, but I want better photography. I want something with a white background that's not distracting. I just haven't. I really need to like narrow in my products and like organize it a little better, and that's probably another thing that I would do.
Okay.
But it's just the time.
Yeah.
Is hard.
Right. And I wanted to ask you about that because a lot of parents, I guess, say, I can't start a business because I have kids and I have, my spouse that I have to be with and there's not a lot of time in the day. How have you been able to balance that?
It's a daily struggle. But luckily there's nap times and they go to bed. And I have felt lately with having my second that it's the one thing that's me. So it's something that makes me feel like I have my time. And I really enjoy doing it. Like I love when I have orders because it's time that I get to go in there, I get to spend time by myself, and I get to do something I like.
Cool.
So I feel like it's just all how you balance your day. Some days I'm like really behind and I'm like, you need to watch the kids so that I can go downstairs. But that's like rare.
So last question, I want to ask a little bit about Instagram. What's been your strategy on Instagram?
I feel like Instagram is so hard. Because I went through a time period where it was like really helping me, but then I got pregnant. I kind of put it on the back burner. So I feel like you have to do daily posts. That's really important. And then from there, I started to notice a trend like where people like the product images better than like images that people tagged me in. So I feel like I need just more like product images, but also images of people wearing my bows that are like product based.
Right.
Not like just any mom who tags the photo.
Right.
But I feel like those are also good because it's like in the environment. But Instagram, I think it's important to do giveaways, to work with other shops, to like interact with other shops, and also to like follow other moms who would be interested in what you're doing.
Cool. We're going to jump into the speed round. 5 questions that you answer as fast as you can. So question number 1, what social media do you spend the most time? Maybe we already answered this, but what social media platform do you spend the most time on for your business?
Oh, Instagram for sure. Yes.
Okay. What Utah brand are you currently following?
I love the Gather mats
Okay.
for my baby right now.
What do you want to accomplish this year?
I think I need to get more followers. I need to bring more traffic like I had before. And I need to post on a daily basis. Problem is, I do my bows made to order, so I don't have like a inventory sitting in the back because there's so many different options. Like they can put it on 2 different nylons, they can put it on 2 different clips. So it's like I can't have it sitting there. It just would be so much work up front.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I just need to get better at getting more people to Etsy.
Cool. Who is your business hero?
My husband would like me to say Walt Disney.
That's a good one. Last question. What's one piece of advice you would give somebody who's just starting out?
To start and know that it doesn't have to be perfect.
Cool. It's the same advice that Chris gave. So,
Really?
Yeah.
I think because I kept telling him that. Because it's what I learned from. It's like I kept going over, it takes so long to do something, and then it's like I just need to start, and then you learn so much.
Cool. Well, there you have it. Kaitlyn from Emeroo. We're going to link to all of your information below. Your Etsy shop, your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever you're on. We're going to find it. We're going to post it below. And thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. This is the Entrepeak Podcast.
You're going to get a few giggles out of that.
Yeah, we have some bloopers. But at the end.
Wait, do you put bloopers?
We haven't put bloopers, but we can.
You guys, I'm so nervous. I can't.